This one I talked to? Let me know when you see me, people. We're good? I guess we're good. We're good. The nice thing is you can trim videos. Hey guys, I'm Vanessa Joy. You probably stumbled across this channel and you're like, what is happening? Well, we have a gorgeous model that just walked by. This is Jessie. What? That's my husband, who will be umming and making noises in the background and thinking something is wrong. But I'm glad you're here. We are showing off the brand new announced Rotolight lights, the pro versions of the Neo and the Aeos. Neo is little, think like, I don't know. I have no acronym for that. Neo is little, Aeos is big, and they have a lot of the same functionality. They're very cool continuous lights. You can also use them as a flash. They have a flash capability. I don't have the trigger on that right now because I want to shoot with film a little bit today, and that won't quite work with the flash, but it does have a flash feature that you can shoot at very high shutter speeds and use the flash, get it to sync, and have more power out of it than you would if you just turned on the continuous lights. But we are shooting here at Mira Studios in Austin, Texas, and we have a really cool pink room. So we're going to shoot it. We're going to make it more pink. We're going to make it less pink. And we're just going to have a lot of fun playing with these. If you have any questions about the Rotolight lights, definitely put them in the comments. I'm hoping Rotolight is going to answer some questions for you, but overall, two sizes, pretty obvious here. The pro versions, how are they different? They're different in a lot of ways, but the way that I think is going to be the most applicable is they're about 25% brighter, I believe, than their non-pro versions. The reason that they're cool, or one of the reasons that they're cool, let me just turn on the Neo here, just like that. It's very easy to use touchscreen, which I just like. Let me brighten this up for you. They are very nice, bright lights, but you can also put gels on them. And there is actually 16.7 million colors, which is pretty cool. You can also do a source match. So it matches the light in the room or wherever you want it to. You can also go through like just by sliding like any different color. It's just fun to be able to creatively do what you want and see it happening. That's one of the perks of continuous lights. But if you're a video person, you're going to get all sorts of different effects, you know, lightning and strobe and fade. There's, I mean, a bazillions. We got fire here. So if you're shooting both photo and video, you're going to love using these lights. But I'm going to shoot photo today. We're going to shoot with my Canon R5. I'm probably going to have the 20-70 on there because I want a wider look in this room. And then we're also going to shoot with film, my camera that I grew up using and learned photography on, my Canon A1. Bam, that's going to be a lot of fun. And my Canon AE1, which I just got this week in Las Vegas, thanks to Taylor Jackson. I photographed him and his wife for their 5-year anniversary. And he gave me a camera, which is very nice of him. So we got CineStill in the A1, and then, yep, see, hear the cursing in the back. CineStill in the A1, and we have black and white Ilford film in the AE1. No, other way around. Not that it matters. You won't see those for 3 to 6 weeks. Okay, let's take some pics. So I am going to have you sit first, I think. And I just want to play with what we can do with these lights. You know what? I'll probably, let's change my lens. I'm going to take a picture here just so you can see what we're getting with natural light only. You know, I love natural light. I shoot with natural light all the time, but it's not always the most effective. So let's go ahead and just take a picture, and then we can play and see what we want to do. Let's go to 400. All right, this is like a properly exposed photo. Let's just take a pic. You can do anything you'd like because we're not keeping it. Okay. Sorry for the cough. All right, so this is a properly exposed photograph. It's nice. Honestly, it's not giving me the vibe of all of the pink I would want. It just started pouring rain, so hopefully our internet connection won't just die because that happens here in Austin sometimes. All right, but I want a lot more pink happening here. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to use this light. I'm going to use the Aeos Pro, Aeos 2 Pro, and I'm going to find pink. So let's go ahead. Do they see me here? Can I talk to them there? I'm getting a nod. No nod? Yes nod? Okay. All right, so I'm gonna come here, I'm gonna go to home, I'm gonna go to HSI, and I'm going to play with the color. So let's bring up the light a little bit. Go back to HSI, and I'm gonna go towards like super pink. Oh yeah, see that's super pink. I'm sorry, Jesse, I'm just blinding you. All right, so super pink is cool. I think I like that, yeah. All right, so I'm just doing this to get more of a pink in the overall atmosphere. And I think that looks good. We're at about 67%. Hey, let's just go crazy. All right, let's go all the way up to 88. Let's take a pick. And this is like, she's kind of like nightclub vibes right now. Okay, let's go. Yeah, this is definitely a little bit more pink, more fun. I'm gonna change my exposure a little bit. Let's try that. Good. And I'm just in a standard setting. All right, so definitely more pink than before. All right, see kind of what we got there going on. But now, I don't necessarily want that pink on her face. Let me go to my tether so you can see my settings. I'm at ISO 400, 250 of a second f2. I think I'm actually gonna go to 3.2. Then I'll go down to 1/25th of a second. We're not gonna do a lot of moving around. So I think that I like that better. I'm fine at ISO 400. I could live there. I also want to be there so I can easily copy my settings for my black and white photo that I know I'm going to take. Yeah, and this looks pretty good. The only thing I'm looking at right now is this spot right here on her cheek. Oh no, we have plenty of detail. It looked for a second like we didn't have detail. We have detail. All right, so let me just double check this exposure now that I changed it. Yeah, we're still good. Okay, so this is fun. Like we could do a lot here. Let's just play with this a little bit. So come at me a little bit more, and then your head is going to turn slightly that way so I can get a little bit of this fun pink. Awesome. Maybe like hand on the disco ball. Or do you have a disco ball? It doesn't have to be on the disco ball. Cute. Love it. Good. All right, so we're getting a lot of really cute shots. But I want to just add a little bit more to this. So what I think I'm going to do, I want this pink light to end up being more of a fill, right? Just filling it in. So I'm actually going to darken this exposure. I'm going to go to, let's go to 200th of a second. And then I'm going to bring in the Neo. All right, let me just take a pick at 200th of a second. So it's going to be dark, but I want it to be because I want this Neo light, yeah. And see how it gets more saturated the darker it goes too? Let me just go back to these two. Sorry, it takes a second to pop. But you see how it gets more pink? The darker it is, that's what I want. So I want more saturation, so I'm going to darken that exposure. But then we're going to come up and we're going to turn on my Neo. And this is going to end up being her main light. Now we could do a lot with this. Right now, it's on a blue. Let's just go to a clean light. I can actually dial in my kelvins here if I wanted to. You can use a knob too. So I could go straight daylight if I wanted to and just hit her up with daylight. Let's do that first actually. We're gonna lower the light intensity a little bit. And then I'm gonna keep on the side where that light is because I don't wanna cause like double nose shadows. So I'm gonna be about here. And I love this light because I can just hold it. It's kind of fun. All right, so kind of lean at me again. Yeah, that's really cool. I love that. All right, let's take a look. All right, so now I have a little bit more control. I don't love the light on the benches, so like this is what I like a little bit more. And it's just so much more flattering on her. Look at the difference between the picture we took just before and there. Now I have a little bit more control. Still got the pink, but I have more control. Now let's play with this a little bit. I'm gonna move these little fuzzies. And I'm thinking maybe we don't go with white, because white, you know, kind of boring. Let's go with blue. Let's play with some colors. I have a feeling I'm gonna go blue. Yeah. So it's almost like kind of purpley. Maybe we'll use, this is what's fun about continuous lights, guys. Just like, you can look, I'm just like staring at Jesse's face, probably a little creepily. Yep. And I'm just looking at what this light does and finding like what I like. There's so many options, but I'm liking the blue. So I'm liking how the blue fills her shadows, So maybe we'll use this as a fill to fill in the blue shadows. Let's try one like that. What's gonna happen? We can take more pictures, right? Except for when I go to fill, then we don't know. We wanna get this right, and then we'll take the film pictures. Yeah, that's fun. So let's get a little blue. And I'm actually gonna go on this side because I'm trying to fill it. Perfect. And then give me like a little bit more, I think more kind of like editorial. Maybe we could put like a foot up. I could give you this to put a foot up on. The fuzzy won't look bad here. Yeah. So I'm shooting horizontal. Vertical, I don't love as much. So yeah, that's cool. Nice. And keep your eyes that way, I think. So get maybe a little fill here. And kind of turn it. Nice. And then let me get one a little closer. Now I could put this on light stand, but where would the fun be in that? Nice. Yeah, I think I'd like it more here, kind of filling in. It's also filling in the shadow in the back. Yeah, love, love, love. And it just looks so cool on her skin. Let me pull one of those up. Yeah. All right, let's adjust. I'm actually gonna bring down the exposure a little because I want some moodiness to it. Let's see, bring down the highlights a little. I really do need a new computer, it's so slow. Sorry guys, this is that moment you're like, you know what? I do need a new computer. And let's go down a little bit more on my kelvins. Yeah, so this is more the mood I want to go with. I do have some styles here that I think might look nice. Maybe I have a make it pink. That might be fun. I kind of like it right out of camera. That's kind of fun. Okay, so let's do a couple more. I'm thinking I liked, just so you can see, Jesse. Actually, I like what you're doing right now. Kind of like shy, but I want to go horizontal. So maybe you come at me a little bit more so that your face is a little bit closer to me. And then let's go ahead and change this. I want to go for a warmer. Yeah, there we go. So I'm going for like a kind of orangey look. Yeah, that's fun. And let's see if we want to, I think I'm going to fill it in again. Yeah, that's really cool. So come at me. And go chin up because it'll let this light hit you. Yeah. That looks great. I'm going to lower my ISO. And the fun thing is wherever she moves, I can just move with her. Little spot. That looks great. Give me that exact thing, but maybe like 1 foot more out, 1 foot more in. And then I'm going to move this away. Yeah, and then I think I'm going to take a film pic like this. Yeah, that's really, really fun. I just have to back up a little bit because I think I'm cutting off your feet. Good. Oh, love it. I really love working with continuous lights. In fact, I'm only at 70% on these two. And the battery power is nice. I guess I could turn it off, but it gives me a readout, so I know I'm good. All right, let's pick a fave here. Oh, I think I like this. Yeah, that would definitely be a favorite. So let's adjust this. Bring up the warmth a little bit. Maybe not that much. Split the difference. Yeah. A little bit of saturation. And then let's get into my styles because I think I want to give a little bit of softness to the image with my Joyfully Simple preset does. So Capture One just came out with a new version. Capture One 20, yeah, let's go to 50%. Capture One 23, and I can come up here and I can adjust like just the contrast of that setting, which I think I want to go lower with it. Maybe about there, and then I can adjust so it like makes layers to all the adjustments that we made. Yeah, and then the color come up. That's fun. The only thing I want to do here is I'm going to go and deal with my greens, because I got some green saturation here, which is part of the preset. I'm actually going to desaturate it because I don't want the greens. I want those greens to go more yellow. Then I actually want them darker. Cool. Yeah, so that should look good. Right about there, maybe slightly more warm. Cool, yeah, very like nightclub type vibes. So I want to take that picture again, but I'm gonna do it with my film camera. So I'm gonna go back to my tether, get my settings. So I was at 250 on my ISO. So a couple different ways to get settings. Let's go with the 800, the color film, because this is gonna look cool with this in the still. I can look through here and look through my light meter, which I'm gonna set my shutter speed to 60th of a second, and this is telling me I need to be at f4 if I'm at 60th of a second. When I put this on her though, that's probably gonna change. So I love that one. I love, I guess, yeah, that one in, and then I love one hand kind of up here, so maybe it's kind of coming towards your face. Yeah. That's, I literally just want to look at the back of this like I was going to see the image. Oh my God. No, what I want to see is I want to see the light. And this is a little bit more green than I want, so I'm going to go a little bit more towards the yellow orange. Right about there. Yeah, that's fun. And let's see what my exposure says. Yeah, it's like all the way up. Oh, f22. So let's go to 125th of a second. Yeah, let's do that. That should be good, and we'll know in 3 to 6 weeks if it's good. So first thing I have to do, this is a 50mm, so I'm going to back up a little. Got to get my manual focus settings. Oh, I love where you're looking. Try it not, I mean, you could blink, but try not to move anything else. That was gorgeous. Get one that's a vertical one. Kind of the same thing, but maybe look at me for this one, yeah. Good, 1, 2, 3. Perfect. And we'll get to see those in 3 to 6 weeks. All right, let me switch. I just want to get a black and white one. Now for black and white, I'm gonna switch up what's happening here. That one. For black and white, I'm gonna switch up what's happening here because I want to create a little bit more contrast. And I actually don't want that pink in the background. So, guys, what's the opposite of pink? Anyone? Anyone? The opposite of pink is green. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change this light here. We're gonna go to, this is a green gel. It's probably a little bit too much, so I'll go to the HSI. We're going to go to green, and what I'm looking at is that back wall. I've just neutralized all the pink in this room and just did it by eye, by sliding and going to more of a green. Now I don't want the green on her face, so what I'm going to do with the Neo here, because it's so fun playing with color like that and watching it change. So for this one, we're going to go to daylight because I want the daylight on her face. Here. 5600, and I'll probably jack this up a lot so get a ton of contrast. Just like, great, Vanessa, thanks for all that brightness. Okay, let me show you another way to get an exposure versus looking through there. If maybe your light meter on your camera doesn't work, there's apps for that where you can look at the exposure setting by dialing in like your ISO and where your aperture is, and then it'll give you the shutter speed or any variation of that. But what I'll do, I'll show you the cheat way to do it. You can just set your own camera's ISO. I'm going to set it to 400 because I have an Ilford 400 in there. I'm going to set my shutter speed to 250th of a second, just so I can eliminate any camera shake whatsoever. And then this is what it'll tell me to set my aperture to, and it looks like f4. Yeah. So that's the cheating way to do it. That's a good exposure. It's contrasty, which is what I wanted. I did not want so much of the pink background. I just wanted to have something a little more contrasty. So for this, let's introduce some white on the bottom. Do you mind since apparently on the floor is like the thing. Come sit here, and then elbows can come here, and just kind of go this way with your head. And then, because I think what'll end up happening, I'll blur out my background a little bit more. And then let me just see your, maybe come like this, because I think I'm gonna let you kind of from above. Oh yeah, don't do that, just kidding, come forward. Or maybe turn this way. Yeah, oh, and then you can kind of go here. And then try putting your face towards this. That's it. Oh, that's just awesome. Okay, so let me get my framing we want. That should look good. Get the focusing we want. And I get the focusing kind of like about where I need to be. And then of course it changes when I start moving things around. This is very old Hollywood. Good. And then you're gonna do one more, just breathe through your mouth. One, two, three. Good. And then maybe do one, look all the way that way. Yeah. And then tilt your head like towards me a little more. There it is. I love playing with these shadows. See how like we go up, they get long, we go down, they get flat. I kind of want long right there. And I'm just photographing again. I know you can't see it. I'm photographing just like here, shoulder, so like lips and shoulder and your hands. Yeah, that looks really pretty. Good. Okay. And again, you will see those in 3 to 6 weeks. Let's turn this one off. All right, what else do we want to do with these? Oh, these are so much fun. Let's get like a nice contrast here. Let's get some hair light in here because I think that might be fun. So you can sit somewhere normal. Maybe we'll have you stand. Let's get some standing ones in here. Let me move this out of your way. So, because you know, I like the here. So maybe I'll have you kind of come this way against the light. The fact that these are battery powered and I can just move them around anywhere is really amazing. All right, I want to get the pink back, but I want to add some blue. So maybe let's make our hair light blue. Yeah, because that's fun with the pink. And we'll put this, I want to get it as close to the wall as possible so that I'm not casting too much of a shadow on her nose. Let's see, we're at 86% right now. Let's go 100, just to pump the power out of these. All right, now what do we want to do with our other light? Let me see how this looks. This is fun. You know what we can do with this? We're gonna mimic the direct flash trend that we all hate, but do it anyway. So what you'll do, I'm gonna keep this at 5600, and we're gonna kind of mimic that. Yes, that's exactly what we want. And the fun thing is your shadow becomes totally pink. It's really cool. So however you want to like lean or sit, maybe come like an inch closer to me so your shadow gets, yeah, a little bit further. It'll make it easier for me to play. You could hear the fan in that light. Not like in a negative way, it's just, you almost forget like it needs that because it's that powerful. Yeah, that's fun. Let's get a little closer. Let's go for a 50mm look. Yeah, I love that. Just keep moving around, kind of playing with that look. And the further I come away here, she'll get more direct. Good. Perfect. Love that broad lighting. Nice, and then play maybe with one hand on so you can like turn and look that way for a couple. Gorgeous. I'm actually gonna bump this up to 100%. There we go. Oh, and you know what I could do? Let me take this off. Not only be more powerful, but it'd be a harder light, which is kind of giving the vibe I want. Love that. Awesome. Perfect. This is so fun. Oh, love that shadow. Play up maybe your hands. They don't have to be up because I know the dress, but it's casting a really fun shadow on the wall. So just kind of, yeah, like that one, kind of bent. Perfect. So much fun to play with. Stay there, look up a little bit more, breathe through your mouth. Awesome. Okay, let me turn this off. My battery hasn't even moved, but it is making noise. So let's look and see what we got, because look, it looks so fun. All right. So I haven't put any styles on these, but I think I can put some stupid green on here maybe. Yeah. Or I think like make it pink. Make it pink is just like our theme for today.
They already look so good without any edits.
Yeah. It's because you're easy to photograph. Yeah, like make it pink 50. Cool. All right, let's just thumb through these. Oh, this one would be great in that faded black and white. Or maybe punchy. Let's try punchy. Yeah, I think I like the punchy. Cool. Oh, that one I really think you're pretty. Yeah, it's just fun how we can like play around. I love being able to move the light around, and I know I'm like one-handing it and that can be a little bit difficult to do, but it's just fun to be able to look at the shadows and be able to move and do what I want with it. Maybe not make it pink for that one. My computer's so slow, it keeps popping to like the raw photo, which I kind of like it straight out of camera. I don't think I want to change it. Let's go pull up those shadows ever so slightly so you see more detail in your hair. I think I figured out my Christmas present, this new computer. Yeah, so just the difference between holding my light off to the left here and then bringing it up here for that more broad light just gives a completely different look. Oh, I love that one. That one's really pretty. Cool. I do apologize, guys. I'm not monitoring the chat because.
I'm looking at it.
Oh, you're looking at it? Good.
Is the light heavy?
Which one? I mean, my little girl self was holding up a camera and a light at the same time, so I'm sure you guys can do it. And that one, cool. I just wanted to show the ones. Oh, I love that one too. Yeah, let me just show these. There we go, cool. So just some of the different types of looks that we got. We're definitely in a pink room, but we were able to take out the pink, you know, and make it white, which actually, let me pull one of those in there, where we made it more white. Yeah, which was this. Which, ironically enough, I was like, okay, it's white. Let's take other pictures where it's back to pink. Yeah, the light isn't heavy at all. So the biggest thing you have to know about these is where to get them. Right now, you can't get them anywhere because they're brand new. I think I have them. They're actually running a Kickstarter. I have the link in the description. Rotolight is running a Kickstarter, and they did this with their other, the last ones that came out, the last Neo and Aeos versions, and I guess it went really well. So they decided to do an Indiegogo campaign to do a Kickstarter to fund creating these lights for you. I think it's over $157,000 they've raised so far. So you can get in on that if you're not familiar with the whole Kickstarter, Indiegogo, you know, crowdfunding. That's what we call it. It's crowdsourcing, crowdfunding type thing. You're paying to help these things get developed, but you're buying into getting the lights and getting perks and things less expensive than it would be when you know it's finally released. So it's also getting you in on the ground level of these brand new lights. So they're really, really cool. I have to say, they're a lot of fun. What else can we do with them? Oh, you know what might be fun and ridiculous if you were in that. I'm thinking if you were like here, just kind of play in here. Jessie's so much fun. She does all these, she does more like runway and editorial and fashion. So we're just gonna have fun. Oh, you know what'll be fun too? I wonder if I use these disco balls. We'll use them as some foreground, but then I wonder if we can reflect some light. Again, if I was using a strobe, I wouldn't be able to like figure this out exactly. Let's see, what do we want to do? I kind of like the way this is kicking blue on you still. I think I'm going to keep that. Maybe we'll just bring it a little bit closer. Let me bring it closer. There we go. Yeah. See, now it's much more saturated in there, which is fun. Yeah, and then we'll probably just light your face. I just have to watch my shadow, although I don't mind it. Can you keep both feet within like the gold bars? Yeah, because you go past it and then I start seeing the edge of the wall. All right, let me take a photo here, just see where we're starting off with before I introduce my main light. And I'm gonna go to 800 ISO for a couple of reasons. One, I want a really quick digital exposure that I can pull over to the cine still, because I know I'm gonna end up using that. And two, I want to have my f-stop up a lot, because I think I'm actually gonna take this probably here, so I can get that "you're really pretty" up top. That's a lot of fun. All right, let me just take a picture. I want a higher f-stop so that light, I'll be able to see it better. But I think, let's just get a picture here. So this is just environmental. This is before I lit her, where I want to light her. Oh, let me pull this up. Let me get my things off here so you can see that. All right, so this is where we're starting. I'll turn it so Jesse can see. I find that to be helpful for you posing. And what'd you say? It's fun, right? I'm thinking maybe one of these disco balls underneath your knees. Maybe that might be fun, and then that we have something like hold on to and play with. Yeah, that's fun. And then that way you can like maybe lift one leg up and it looks like you're kind of on it, or you can put your foot on it. And then let's see what we can do lighting your face. I wonder if we go really yellow. Let's go super yellow here and also tone down the intensity. Because I just want to like a kiss of light. If I put too much light, it's going to take away all my blues and stuff. What I really want is my husband to come over here and hold it. Maybe we snoot it. Or maybe we just use it as foreground, shine it into the camera with my disco ball. I'm like, how many things can you hold at one time? Yeah, because now that gives a little, that might be fun. All right, let's come back. Let's do the things. Because I said I wanted this. Oh, that could be fun. Yeah, this is just giving me a little bit of foreground. Let me see what it looks like without the light and just with this. Yeah, it kind of gives that. Hey, babe, any chance you could come hold this light for just a sec? It's just slightly quicker than me plopping out a light stand, which I literally have behind me, but. So you're gonna hold it there. Don't let it hit the wall. See how it's hitting the wall? And don't let it come. Yeah, so I just want it hitting her face right there. Yep. Yeah, that's really cool. And I think, babe, I don't see you in there, right? Yeah, so you're in a good spot. Yeah, that's where I want to be. Now we can introduce this. It's okay, it looks good. Okay. You're still good. You're still good.
Touchscreen is sensitive.
Yeah, it's easy. Easy to play with. Actually, what I can do is I can put this here, and then we won't see you. Yeah, this is so fun. I think I want a wider angle lens, though. And I know a lot of you are like, why aren't you using your vertical grip? Why aren't you using your vertical grip? Because quite frankly, this hurts my fingers a heck of a lot more than this. This I can use my shoulder. And I need to be, let's try not to use every muscle I have to get the shot I want, because that's the angle I want. Love that. Yeah, I love the separation. maybe bring one arm like kind of all the way over your knee, like stretch it. Yeah, that's it. That looks really good. Boop. The reason they invented touch screens, and this is it right here. Or flip screens. Love it. These are great. I love, you're about to go like this, kind of get that more exaggerated head tilt. Good. All right, let me take a look at this. Thank you, babe. Yeah, these are fun. I know I'm using this to kind of like hide him, but it's good for around anyway. I think I'm a little shaky. Oh, but not really. Is it ridiculous if the first one's my favorite? Is it really? That's how that works. All right, cool. I'm definitely, let me see if I zoom in on these. Oh no, we're super sharp. Just kidding. I wasn't shaky at all. All right, so it's a little bit when I have it up at 100%, yeah. Can you hold it one more time for the sake of doing this with the Cinestill?
Somebody was asking if it overheats. I said we only use it like an hour at a time. We haven't had any issues.
Yeah, no, I've never had any issues.
As loud as it is.
It regulates where it needs to be, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so 160th of a second. I don't have that option. Let's go. Yeah, I think so. All right, so I'm at 800 with the Cinestill film, 6.3, and 125th of a second should be fine. It'll overexpose it a little bit, but with film, that's kind of what you want. Hey, can you hold it just one more time for me? I love that you can just like keep it on.
You want leaning back? Or...
I kind of like the leaning back, yeah. It just gives a very fun look. All right, so we're at 50. I want to be here. And back up just like an inch, Rob. Good, that's perfect, Jesse. Good, 1, 2, 3. I love it. That's gonna look so good. And just for funsies, one in black and white. So this one's 400 now, so I'm gonna be at, let's go 250th of a second.
So you're shooting film now?
Yeah, one black and white, one color. They can see what I'm doing. Good, 1, 2, 3. This one sounds so sad and tired. This is my camera. All right, cool. So I hope you guys have fun. You can relax. You're like, thank God she made me dance on disco balls, for crying out loud. But I hope you guys had fun with me going through and just playing with these lights a little bit. Every time, you know, it's funny. Every time I shoot with these lights, I'm always like, oh yeah, like it'll be cool. But then the second I start shooting with them, I just get so inspired because you literally can do anything and then you watch it like as it happens. So it's like, oh yeah, that looks cool. Oh yeah, that looks cool. And you just keep going with it. Yeah, these are fun. I think if I were to do super faves, it'd be super fave. Oops. And, oh, I pressed a bad button. What'd I do? Oh, they're there. I turned them all to super faves. That's what just happened. Because I was holding them all. Yeah, I think, here, I'll turn that one red. That's a fave. That one.
People are asking what the stand is that you have the light on. Is that the Manfrotto?
Oh yeah, that's a Manfrotto stackable. Manfrotto stackable. If you get like a light kit, Rotolight makes them too, which is cool. Maybe I do like that one better. 3, 3, 3. All right, so these are all my favorites now. I'll go to the 3s. Yeah. Nope. That's it. That one's fun. I'm trying to find a different way for you to view this, but I think viewer toolbar. No, there we go. It's a little better. Yeah, so those are my favorites that we did today. Oops, I made a mask. I don't usually do much in Capture One except for edit like one photo that I love, which is totally different looks. So I'm not super familiar with the shortcuts. Yeah, I think that's my favorite one. That first one we took there, that's fun too. But that one's just like, I feel like it fits the mood with the "you're like really pretty" sign. That one's fun. Oh my gosh, wait a minute. That dark and moody preset, or was it the black and white one I scrolled by? Oh, stop it. Let's mess with that contrast really quickly, lower it slightly.
I love the shadows in that.
Yeah. I'm just thinking bringing up your face a little bit. Oh, that's fun. Let's do that. And we'll have to crop it a little. Oh, always so hard. I'm not going to make you watch me edit. I'm looking at that one, right? Yeah, I'm not going to make you watch me edit. But anyway, this one? Okay, I'm not going to make you watch me edit, but just thanks so much for watching me shoot. These are the Neo and Aeos Pro versions. They are not out yet, but you can grab them or secure them or get in line for them and help support them create these as they create them through the Kickstarter campaign that they have on Indiegogo, which you can grab in the link in the description here. This is Jessie. I'm going to throw her tag in the description below as well. And thank you so much. Make sure you hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching with me. And I'll show you some film pictures in like a month. We're so spoiled. We're so spoiled. We're like, yes, and we're done.